Hi, you're listening to God, Ghosts, and Government, a weekly conversation with Senator Kim Jackson, where she'll reflect on her journey as an Episcopal priest, farmer, legislator, and much more. I'm your host, Sharitha J., and I'm honored to share this space with you. Let's begin. Hey, it's your girl Sharitha J, and I'm back for another episode of God, Ghosts, and Government. Hey, Senator Jackson.
Hey Sharitha, you caught me today. I am not Senator Jackson. I am definitely Farmer Kim today. So
You
good to
you
see you.
are you are Farmer Kim. You are in
I
full
got the
blown.
plaid on. I should have worn my farmer hat, but that would have been a little too much.
I feel like you're leaning into this ever since I pointed out that like our episodes are actually recorded and put on YouTube for viewing. I feel like you decided to go in the opposite direction this week, just because.
No, I mean like I legitimately like have been squeezing in all the farming possible. This is what I was wearing when you called and were like, "Yo, we gonna do this pod or not?" So
You
here you
guys are
are.
catching
Y'all
it.
get me the
This
real time for real who I am. I mean, this is actually a really clean flannel to be quite honest, given what I was doing today.
well, catch us up. What were you doing today, Farmer Jackson?
Yeah, so I have been neglectful in a good way of my blackberries and my fig trees, and that has resulted in them rooting additional fig trees and additional blackberries. So for people who don't know, if you let your blackberry canes, if you let them fall to the ground, they will actually root. Like the stick will fall to the ground and then it'll create a new plant and you just cut it off and you get a new plant. So I have like, due to neglect, about 15 of those. So I was digging them up and putting them in separate pots. We're gonna do an install of a smaller blackberry patch on the sanctuary side of our farm. And then the same thing, I have, I don't know, probably 20 fig trees. Just from a lack of like not, yeah, it doesn't matter. I was potting. I mean, at this point, I was just like, I should get my nursery license and just go ahead and start selling fig trees and blackberries because I have so many. But I also happen to have 10 acres of land, so it all works out.
Let's spread it out. I'm putting in my request for figs. I don't know what
Yep.
I'd do with them, but
You eat
it
them, they're
just
great. They're delicious.
I enjoy. I okay. Confession. I don't think I've ever had a fresh like fig. I love figs. I mean, just but I haven't had like a fresh. Have you? We're going to take like a brief detour here because there's a video that's somewhat trending on social, and I promise you it's connected. Where a young woman shared that she didn't know that you could actually go outside and pick fruit. So she has a
Where did she
lemon
think it
tree.
came from?
I don't know. So she has a lemon tree, and
Mhm.
her friend is over and sees a bag of lemons, and they're like, Why are you buying lemons?" And she's like, "So that I can, do the things that you do with lemons, like, I don't know, make lemonade." And they're like, No. Like, why are you buying lemons?" And so she repeated herself. Long story short, the friend was just like, "I don't understand. You literally have a lemon tree, like right there." And so that's when she revealed, she said, "Oh, don't you have to do something like special in order to," she
Oh,
had no idea. And there's like this disconnect that you could just pick the fruit.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
mean, that's not true for all fruit, I will say. Now, I mean, there was a lot of ignorance displayed in that video, obviously. But I will say there are some fruits that do require additional processing. There are some plants. So like we have a lot of elderberries.
mhm.
Elderberries are really easy to root. I just put in, see, this is really my life. Reese and I planted 10 elderberry bushes together last week. That you just like take the stick and put it in the ground and it roots on its
Yeah.
own. But those you can't just pull the berries off and put them in your mouth and eat them. Like you actually
Mhm.
do have to
Mhm.
process them. Um, so she's
Okay.
not 100% wrong, but she's mostly wrong.
Well,
Yeah,
so this
I'm
is
glad she
again,
learned. Yes,
there we go.
but
This
so
is a
fig
learning
tree.
moment.
Wait. So I have figs. You should eat a fresh fig. They're really good in salads. They're really delicious. I didn't think I liked figs because I feel like I didn't like them growing up, but I actually do really like them.
Why do
Also,
you
you
have
should
fig trees if you did?
well, because they grow really well in Georgia and other people like them. Come on, girl. I
Okay,
got a business I'm running here, okay?
fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, final thing about fig trees. Just Google in your free time fig fly. And let me just say that some figs are created because of a larvae of a worm that creates the fig, and inside of every fig may be a little worm. Fun fact.
Why? Why do
Trina
you
shared that with
want?
me, and it's not fake. It's real.
That sounds like something Trina would say. This- See,
So, you
don't go
know,
messing up figs for me. Okay? Don't-
inside every little fig is a tiny little worm. No, it's not
Well,
true, but in some figs there are tiny worms. It's fun.
well, good to know. And also, I love that you shared that Reese has been helping you plant as well. I also heard that he stopped by to see you this week on a very busy week, and that he was able to see you at one of your hearings.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he stopped by. He actually came with me to work the whole
Ooh.
day. Trina was sick with the flu, and sometimes you just gotta phone a friend to come meet you at the Capitol. So shout out to David and Kelly and 1,000 other people who watched him during what was a very chaotic day. But yes, Reese got to watch me in committee. He was not in the committee because he is 3, but he was in the office watching the TV of me being in committee, and they caught some really precious photos as he watched. He calls me Ama. So while he watched Ama on TV, there's a lot of joy in his face. So
Does this count? Did that count towards his screen time?
Um, let's just say that he had a lot of screen time at the Capitol and also an extraordinary amount of sugar because apparently people think when they see a small child, oh, you know what I should do? Let me go into my desk and pull out all the candy I've been hoarding all session long. Oh, look, oh, your little boy's here. Here's a cookie. It's the wildest thing. I don't understand, but I cannot tell you how many of my colleagues came up to me on the floor and we're like, "Hi, Reese. Would you like a cookie?
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
Reese. I've got some candy." No, stop giving my child
It's because it's
candy.
not their kid and they can give away all the candy. They don't have to deal with the consequences of it.
Right. But so he had a great day at the Capitol. I'll just say it was very stressful for me as a new
Mhm.
parent to not have like secured, babysitting and all those things. I felt really bad about myself. And just, whatever, same, the parent stuff. But he had a great time and he very much owns that place. So it was good.
Okay. Well, we've heard about this day, from a little bit through Reese's eyes, but I want to hear about it from your perspective because it wasn't just a day. You had multiple hearings this week. So let's talk about how that went and where we are in the process.
Yeah, so it was an incredible week. So Monday we were off because it was President's Day. Tuesday had a hearing on my address confidentiality bill and children and families. That passed unanimously. After the hearing was over, Aaron, my chief of staff, whom you all have met, was just like, wow, that was easy. And and I was just like, oh, that's because the first hearing you saw was the one that we did on tuition, for refugees and immigrants, and that
Wow.
was the opposite of easy. It was harsh, right?
Right.
So she's like, yeah, it was just super easy, and it was. But I will say we also put a lot of work to get it to the place that it was in. So we made it easy for folks. Then, so that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I had a hearing on my other bill, which has to do with,
Uh,
homelessness.
Council of Homelessness.
You
Let's
might need
cue
to
that
edit
back.
out that long
Let's
pause.
cue. Yeah, let's cue that back up. So we said Tuesday. So segue back into that again.
It's fine. People, I'm tired. It's okay. They can know that I forgot my own bill. On Wednesday, we had a hearing on the It's called an interagency council on homelessness that brings together almost every agency known to the state of Georgia that has anything to do with homelessness. It causes them to come together and to create a council that also includes people who have experienced homelessness on it. Those voices will be included. So that was in government oversight on Wednesday. There was all kinds of like rigmarole about it, like it was a hearing and then it was a hearing only. And then I was like, why would this be a hearing only? So I had to get my friend, Carden Summers, who's my second signer. We'll talk about his trash bills in a few minutes, to go to, his buddy, who was the chair of the committee, to be like, yo, man, like this, don't make this be a hearing only. It was a whole lot of touches before we got back to it getting a vote. So that bill got a vote. It was not unanimous because our dear friend Colton Moore, who likes to vote on no on all the things. I don't talk about him very often because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to give him a lot of extra press.
Mm-hmm.
But he voted no, just to be. I was like, dude, you don't like people who are homeless? What's going on here, man? I still don't know. So, but that passed almost unanimously. And fun fact, in that meeting, where my bill was heard, it was heard alongside the bill that would make it so that you could have chaplains in public schools with no credentials. Also alongside the bill that says that you can post the Ten Commandments, not just you can, but that you will post the Ten Commandments in every, public school classroom. Um, and the bill that said, you know what, we don't want our librarians to be certified through the Association of Librarians because that's a liberal woke organization. So all that happened around
Uh,
my little bright and shining bill on homelessness. So that
uh,
was Wednesday. And then Thursday, we had a surprise hearing. Didn't even make it on the agenda. In fact, I called on Thursday morning. So people's phones went out. If you had
oh yeah,
AT&T, your cell phones.
AT&T. Yeah.
Weirdest thing, right? So I try to call my chief of staff in the morning, like I always do, and I can't get her. So I call Tina, who's our legislative aide. And the
Mm-hmm.
first thing she says is, she's like, "Good morning, boss. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not on the agenda for your third bill." And I was just like, "Oh, Tina, good morning to you. How are you? Like, can we have a conversation?"
I love Tina. Like, can we just
She's
Tina? Tina's
Tina's great. So she's like, "Let me just cut a business." And I'm like, girl, it's gonna be fine. Senator Cowser gave me his word that I would have a hearing on that bill, and I believe him. And that's exactly what they had: 8 bills on for 1 hour's testimony. He was like, I'm gonna be super efficient. He did
Mhm.
not put our name on or number on the agenda, so people like didn't know it was gonna happen. But he had told me, and as soon as they got finished, they were like, "Hey, everybody, before you leave, I promised Senator Jackson a hearing on her bill. So Senator Jackson, here you go." And so we did. I did. It was a brief hearing, probably less than 5 minutes, but gave me a chance to talk about the importance of creating a pathway for people who are foreign trained to get there and who have MDs already. So let me be
Mhm.
clear. They're foreign trained, they're here legally. They already have their MDs and already have been practicing in another country. This creates a pathway for them to get there, to be able to practice here. And the stat that I gave them that was like, what,
Mhm.
was in Tennessee, they did this, and in the first month of opening it up, they had over 200 people apply for a provisional license.
Wow.
That's how many physicians, trained physicians, were just sitting in Tennessee, driving Ubers and working in restaurants, not able to practice the art of medicine. And as soon
Wow.
as they opened up, 200 in the first month. And I mean,
200.
yes, in the first month that it was open. So like when I said that statistic, you saw like heads raise up and they were like, "Wait, what?"
Wow.
So it was a hearing only, but I knew that going in because also, oh, I don't think I told you, like Sharitha, this bill, I dropped it on Tuesday, which
Mhm.
means it did, but I dropped it late on Tuesday. It didn't
Mhm.
get first read until Thursday morning, and I had the hearing Thursday afternoon. Like, this
Fast
is
track.
some, it was super fast track. And God bless Senator Kauser. He like gave me all the props in the world. Because he was just like, I just want y'all to know, you didn't know about this bill because it was just first read this morning. Um, so and I'll backtrack real quick. You introduce the bill by dropping it in the hopper,
Mm-hmm.
right? I dropped it in the hopper. Well, you get signatures, drop in the hopper, and then before it can be considered for a committee, it
Mm-hmm.
has to be first read, and so it gets read out loud to the whole chamber. It's really just like the title, and it
Mm-hmm.
gets assigned to a committee by the lieutenant governor. So I dropped it in the hopper on Tuesday. Wednesday didn't make the deadline for a Wednesday first reading.
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday morning, it was first read and assigned to Senator Calvert's committee, and 4 hours later, it was heard in his committee. And he noted the quickness of it, and he just said Senator Jackson has done her homework here. I noticed the signers. She has Kay Kirkpatrick, who was one of the physicians on her committee,
Mm-hmm.
and she has the governor's floor leader, Bo Hatchett, as a second signer. She's done the work here, so I wanted to give her a hearing. And now let's look for a vehicle to put this bill on. So,
Wow.
oh, it was a great week. It was a
Yeah.
great week. Yeah.
This is good. This is good. Now, so where does that leave us going into crossover day? Because that's what's coming up.
Yeah. Great. So my address confidentiality bill will be heard on the floor. It'll be heard on Monday, so the day before the pod drops.
Mm-hmm.
It will have been heard and voted on, and I have no doubt that it will get out of the Senate with no problem. So that's on the calendar for Monday. And on Monday after my bill passes, that bill passes, I will immediately go over to rules and ask and beg and advocate to get my homelessness bill on the floor. Hopefully it'll be on the floor in time for crossover day, which is Thursday, or if not, might even get lucky and get it on the floor on Tuesday. Who knows?
Okay.
Um, so really eager to get those two out. And once they pass the Senate, it goes over to the House, and there's another process there that we can talk about when we get there. Um, and then as it relates to my physician's bill, that kind of surprise, woo, we got another bill, third bill.
Mm-hmm.
That bill will be looking for, basically, we'll be looking to catch a ride on somebody else's bill. So
Okay.
there are other bills out there that have to do with licensing for physicians or licensing for who knows what, but it's all in the same kind of code section.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be looking for a fellow Republican, really, so a Republican who will be willing to let me attach my bill to his or her. They're like three Republican women, so it could be a her.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be looking for one of them who will give me permission to add my bill to theirs, so it'll be under their name,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we can catch a ride all the way across the finish line.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to dismiss because I did just hear you say it was a good week. And considering the way things have been trending during your time at this point, your tenure, it seems like under the
It's fair.
gold dome. I feel like, at least for me in this moment, this is my God moment. I don't know, yours could be the fig trees. But I mean, really and truly, to be able to name, like, okay, this was a good week.
Yeah. Yeah. So David, who is my treasurer, he's a member of All Saints Episcopal Church. That's how we met many years ago. He's a dear friend. He's Grandpa David to Reese. He texted me on Thursday after that third hearing. He says, "You got the trifecta." And it's true. I mean, we got 3 days in a row, three bills. Oh, and wait, there's more. And I have money in the budget. I got money in the budget. Um, so in the budget, I have money for an early learning center in Clarkston, along,
Okay.
and two budget requests, which is kind of unheard of. And money for Side by Side, which is a brain injury clubhouse for people who've had brain injuries. They come
Mm-hmm.
to downtown Stone Mountain and have a kind of a day program that they all run together.
Wow.
Super, really an amazing program. But yeah, I've got over $750,000 in the budget. That's there. Boom, right there.
Yo, what?
It's hard. It's last week was or this week, whatever. How I don't know where we are in the week, but it was hard. It's hard to beat that. It's been a great
We'll
week.
we'll take it. We'll look.
Yeah,
This
check.
Look, sign it die. Look, we're done.
No. I gotta get these
Look,
bills actually
I know,
across.
I know, I know. This is I know we haven't even made it past crossover day, but I'm just like, can we can we just come out on top? Can we just we finish strong here? But no, that's great. This is really fantastic. It's not only just a good week for you with your bills, but just an amazing week for District 41. Like this is
Yeah.
it. This you are doing the things. But
Yeah.
you're not doing it alone. I know you have a great team behind you, but I think this is just y'all, listeners, you viewing this, take it in, feel the energy.
Yeah.
Like this is
Oh,
it.
also, wait. Didn't we start Monday morning on the front page of the AJC above the fold?
We did start Monday
We
morning above the fold.
and I
We
say
did.
we because it was you and me, Sharitha.
We did.
We.
We did. I was getting messages and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I just front page, front page. I'm like, okay. I don't have a subscription to the AJC, so I rely on others to tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
So it was really exciting. I'm like, oh, this is a thing. Like I have to actually get the newspaper and like share it because I just to feature our parishioners and like we made the front page, Church of the Common Ground, you and I.
Yeah.
So and of course Roy,
Oh, I know. I can't wait. I haven't seen Roy since he was on the front page. I can't wait. I have a copy for him.
just hold it up.
I can't wait to show him and to see his reaction. I hope he's
Yeah.
seen it by now, but if he hasn't, it'll
Yes.
be even more great.
Yes, because you know he's gonna walk around showing
Yeah,
everyone,
exactly. And
pointing.
cheesing, like, but
Hey,
he's right there, front
so
and center in the news at agency. So I mean, look at this. This has been a great week. I mean, I feel
yeah,
like my cheeks hurt from smiling so hard.
this look that's good. Ah, I love it. This is what I'm talking about. So we're gonna just keep vibing with this and also honor because as you know, we just mentioned crossover day is upon us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you gotta get ready.
But yeah, I gotta
Um
roll off. We got like 15 bills on the floor tomorrow, so like
yeah,
it's
so
it's already starting.
this is the thing. You gotta switch up, from your farmer mode back into Senator Jackson mode. But this has been tremendous. Look up, there you go.
You
I
making the
need you to
transformation.
what you gotta wear the Big Daddy hat next.
I I know, right? Pushing up glasses,
This is real time, like reverse Clark Kent.
right? Hold up. Wait. Okay, Senator Jackson is now here
In real
in
time.
real
Yeah.
time, ready to read some bills and
There,
yeah, be Senator Jackson.
excellent,
For
excellent.
people who are only listening to the podcast, they have no idea what just happened.
So we must encourage you to check us out on YouTube to see the video, see what's going on. We have a good time. We our personalities shine through with the audio, but I mean, some of the faces that Senator Jackson makes while I'm speaking, you all need to. She's quite hilarious actually.
Well,
So
thanks for indulging my little costume change there. But yeah, I do need to read a lot of bills and prepare for my own bills that hopefully will be on the floor.
excellent. Well, thank you for taking time to share with us and recap this amazing week. Looking forward to checking in with you again just to see where we are. You got the trifecta, you got the money in the budget, and you look, we made it on the front of the AJC front page news. What a week.
And as I said to the lobbyists who congratulated me on being on the front page, and I said, hey, and I'm not going to jail. I'm not on trial. They're not asking me questions about who I'm having sex with or not. Like, I'm on the front page for good things. Oh, it's a wonderful gift.
That's exactly what I'm going to say to my grandmother when I show her the newspaper clip. No, you're right. And look, as a politician, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big box to check.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean let's count that as like a double win because
that's I don't know what this is your all-star weekend. Your look, you had a whole all-star week, not just an all-star weekend.
it's true.
So yeah, yeah, we're gonna keep it going. But that said, Senator Jackson, let's roll it off. It's been another fantastic episode of God, Goats, and Government.
Until next time, y'all be easy. Like, subscribe, keep leaving us comments, and do be on the lookout. It's crossover week. There's going to be some crazy bad stuff that shows up on the floor. And so, be on the lookout for alerts and go ahead and email your senators and your House members to let them know. Please don't vote yes on some of this bad stuff. All right. Thanks, everybody. Be easy.